Arrogance is one of the most common reasons why people secretly harbor resentment. Stoic philosophy teaches us that humility is a strength, not a weakness. When someone acts superior, disregarding the value of others, it creates an invisible barrier in relationships. Marcus Aurelius emphasized, "Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect." Arrogance blinds us to self-improvement and alienates others. People may smile in your presence, but they secretly dislike the air of condescension you carry. The remedy lies in practicing gratitude, understanding our limits, and respecting everyone equally. Negativity is like a dark cloud, one that repels people. Stoics believe in focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Those who constantly complain about life, circumstances, or others spread an energy that drives people away. Epictetus advised, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." People dislike being around someone who always highlights problems but never seeks solutions. By cultivating a mindset of resilience and positivity, you can transform how people perceive you and foster genuine connections. Nothing drives hidden resentment faster than saying one thing and doing another. Hypocrisy is a betrayal of trust, and Stoic philosophy places immense importance on integrity. Marcus Aurelius stated, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." When actions do not align with words, people begin to question your sincerity. This duplicity makes them mistrustful and eventually leads to silent contempt. To avoid this, ensure your deeds reflect your values and your promises. Envy is a poison, one that not only damages relationships, but also erodes inner peace. When you express jealousy, even subtly, it sends a signal to others that you are not genuinely happy for their success. Seneca warned against this in his teachings. "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor." People can sense envy, and it creates a rift between you and them. To combat this, focus on self-growth and celebrate the achievements of others as inspiration, not competition. Criticism, especially when unsolicited or excessive, breeds resentment. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be compassionate and to withhold judgment until we fully understand the context. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth." Constantly pointing out flaws in others can make them feel inadequate and defensive. Instead, practice empathy and constructive communication, allowing others to feel valued and respected. Gossip undermines trust. When you speak ill of others, even in their absence, those listening may wonder, do you do the same about them? Stoics emphasize the importance of controlling one's speech and avoiding harmful words. Epictetus said, "Keep silence for the most part and speak only when you must, and then briefly." Gossip might seem harmless, but it reflects poorly on your character and damages relationships. Focus on uplifting conversations that foster goodwill and mutual respect. Being excessively self-centered can alienate others. Stoic philosophy advocates for harmony and mutual benefit in relationships. When someone constantly talks about their problems, achievements, or desires without showing interest in others, it creates an imbalance. Seneca emphasized the importance of generosity. "No man can live happily who regards himself alone." Show genuine care for others. Ask about their experiences and listen actively. This will make you more approachable and likable. A person who cannot handle constructive feedback often becomes the target of secret resentment. Stoics view criticism as an opportunity for growth, rather than a tsa on one's character. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." If you react defensively or dismissively to feedback, it signals insecurity and arrogance. Embrace criticism with humility and a willingness to improve, and others will respect you more. Emotional outbursts and unpredictable behavior create discomfort and unease. Stoicism teaches us to master our emotions and act with reason rather than impulse. Seneca wrote, "Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it." People often dislike those who cannot maintain composure in challenging situations. Practice mindfulness and self-restraint to ensure your actions are guided by wisdom, not fleeting emotions. Seeking constant approval from others can make people feel drained and irritated. Stoicism teaches us to derive our sense of worth from within, not from external validation. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." When you continuously seek validation, it signals insecurity and can lead to secret resentment. Instead, focus on building self-confidence and trusting your judgment. This self-assurance will naturally draw people toward you rather than repel them. While healthy competition can be motivating, excessive competitiveness often breeds resentment. Stoics caution against comparing yourself to others unnecessarily. Epictetus taught, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." When you constantly try to outdo others, it creates an environment of tension and rivalry. This behavior can make people feel undervalued or threatened. To foster better relationships, focus on collaboration and celebrating collective successes rather than obsessing over being better than others. Breaking promises or failing to follow through on commitments erodes trust and respect. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the value of integrity and dependability. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." When you don't honor your word, people may secretly dislike you for the disappointment and unreliability you bring to their lives. Be mindful of the promises you make and ensure you fulfill them to maintain trust and goodwill. Monopolizing conversations by always steering the discussion back to yourself or your opinions can make others feel ignored or undervalued. Stoicism encourages us to listen more and speak with purpose. Seneca advised, "Speech must be sparing and purposeful." People appreciate being heard and understood. By practicing active listening and showing genuine interest in what others have to say, you create stronger bonds and reduce any underlying resentment. Dishonesty, even in small matters, can lead to a significant loss of trust. Manipulative behavior, where you twist situations to your advantage, can cause deep resentment. Stoics emphasize honesty and transparency in all interactions. Epictetus taught, "Whoever is in a hurry shows that the thing he is about is too big for him." People value authenticity, and dishonesty creates an atmosphere of doubt and suspicion. Strive to be honest in your words and actions, even when it's inconvenient or challenging. Relying too much on others for emotional, financial, or professional support can lead to hidden frustration. While Stoicism teaches us to support one another, it also emphasizes self-reliance. Marcus Aurelius noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Being overly dependent on others signals a lack of independence and maturity. Cultivate resilience. And take responsibility for your life to earn respect and admiration. Failing to acknowledge the efforts and contributions of others can foster feelings of resentment. Stoics remind us to practice gratitude daily. Seneca wrote, "He is ungrateful who denies." Ironically, a lack of boundaries can also cause resentment. When you let people take advantage of you or fail to communicate your limits, they may secretly dislike you for appearing weak or unreliable. Stoicism encourages the setting of firm, respectful boundaries to maintain harmony. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Protect your peace and energy by being clear about your boundaries, which will earn the respect of others." Making a big deal out of minor problems can irritate those around you. Stoics believe in maintaining calm and composure, especially in trivial matters. Seneca noted, "What is to give light must endure burning." People admire those who can handle life's challenges with grace and patience. By learning to focus on what truly matters and letting go of petty concerns, you'll foster healthier relationships and reduce hidden animosities. When you consistently manipulate situations or relationships for your own benefit, even at the expense of others, resentment inevitably builds. Stoic philosophy warns against seeking personal gain through deceit or underhanded tactics. Marcus Aurelius said, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees." By acting with integrity and considering the well-being of others, you create an environment of trust and fairness, which naturally diminishes any ill will. Taking credit for others' achievements is one of the most damaging actions in any relationship, professional or personal. Stoics emphasize the importance of honesty and humility. Seneca wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." When you fail to give credit where it's due, you diminish others' efforts and foster feelings of betrayal. Practice generosity in acknowledging the contributions of others, and you'll earn their respect and admiration. A complete absence of empathy can cause people to secretly dislike you. Stoic philosophy teaches that understanding others' emotions and perspectives is a vital part of living virtuously. Epictetus said, "It's not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." Without empathy, we fail to connect on a human level, and that detachment breeds resentment. To counteract this, actively listen, show compassion, and make an effort to understand the feelings and experiences of others. Pursuing success at the expense of relationships can lead to feelings of alienation. While ambition is valuable, Stoic philosophy warns against sacrificing personal connections for material gain. Marcus Aurelius cautioned, "Do not waste time on what is not right for you." If your focus is solely on your own achievements, neglecting others' needs and feelings, you may find people resenting your success. Strive for balance in your pursuits, acknowledging that relationships are just as important as professional accomplishments. Inflexibility and an unwillingness to consider others' perspectives can create resentment, especially when people feel you are dismissing their opinions. Stoicism promotes the idea that we must be open-minded and willing to adjust our thinking. Marcus Aurelius taught, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." To maintain harmonious relationships, practice humility by being willing to learn from others and adjusting your viewpoints when necessary. Power struggles, whether in personal or professional settings, often lead to resentment. Stoics believe in acting with dignity and without the need to assert dominance over others. Epictetus noted, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Constantly seeking to control or outsmart others is exhausting and alienates people. Instead, seek cooperation and mutual respect rather than dominance, which fosters genuine harmony. In times of conflict, how we respond can either resolve the issue or deepen the divide. Stoic philosophy teaches that we must act with reason, not emotions, during conflict. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and reflect in what manner you are similar. When you react impulsively and without understanding during conflicts, you create unnecessary harm. Responding with patience and a desire for mutual understanding will prevent long-lasting resentment. Withholding affection, attention, or support from others can make them feel abandoned and unappreciated." Stoicism advocates for compassion and support for others, especially during difficult times. Seneca stated, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you withhold your support or affection, it leaves people feeling isolated, which may cause them to harbor negative feelings toward you. Be present and available for others, offering the support and affection they need even in small ways. Selfishness, especially when it manifests as a disregard for others' feelings or needs, can lead to quiet animosity. Stoicism teaches the importance of living for the common good, not just self-interest. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When you consistently prioritize your own desires and needs over others, it creates an imbalance and breeds resentment. By considering others' needs, showing kindness, and practicing generosity, you reduce any hidden hatred toward you. Refusing to apologize or take responsibility for your mistakes is a major cause of secret resentment. Stoicism encourages us to reflect on our actions and make amends when necessary. Seneca advised, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Failing to admit fault makes others feel invalidated, which can lead to quiet bitterness. Acknowledging your mistakes and offering a sincere apology fosters trust and opens the door for healing. People dislike drama because it brings chaos and stress into their lives. Stoic philosophy advocates for tranquility and emotional stability. Marcus Aurelius taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you create unnecessary drama, you disrupt the peace and create tension. Instead, focus on maintaining calm, avoiding unnecessary conflicts, and fostering harmony in your interactions. Judging others based on their choices, lifestyles, or actions often creates resentment, especially when your views are unsolicited. Stoicism encourages us to avoid judging others, as we are all imperfect and striving for virtue. Epictetus said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Rather than judging others, practice acceptance and understanding. This approach will help you build stronger, more compassionate relationships. When you dominate or manipulate others with fear, whether through intimidation or guilt, people will secretly resent you. Stoicism emphasizes courage and the power of rational thought over fear. Seneca noted, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Fear-driven relationships stifle growth and trust, causing others to secretly dislike you. Foster an environment of respect, understanding, and calm rather than fear, and watch how it transforms your relationships. The failure to engage in self-reflection can lead to poor decision-making and misunderstandings. Stoic philosophy encourages continuous self-examination and growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Without self-awareness, you may unknowingly hurt or alienate others, leading them to resent you. Regularly reflect on your actions and thoughts and strive to improve. This humility helps you grow while fostering positive relationships. Intentionally ignoring others' needs or refusing to offer help when you can causes silent animosity. Stoicism teaches us to live for the good of others and consider their needs alongside our own. Seneca said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." When you ignore others' needs, it can create feelings of neglect. Strive to offer assistance and understanding whenever possible, and relationships will flourish. People tend to resent those who lack purpose or direction, as their actions can seem aimless or disorganized. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of having a clear vision for your life and acting with intention. Marcus Aurelius stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you live without a clear purpose, it leaves people uncertain about your motivations and can lead to a lack of respect. Find your purpose, set goals, and move forward with conviction. Seeking constant attention and validation from others creates a sense of discomfort and resentment. Stoic principles emphasize the importance of inner peace and self-sufficiency. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." When you constantly seek attention, it creates an imbalance and makes people feel drained. Instead, focus on building self-confidence and contentment within yourself, letting your actions speak louder than the need for attention. Dismissing or belittling others' feelings or experiences leads to feelings of invalidation and resentment. Stoic philosophy encourages us to approach others with empathy and respect. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." When you dismiss others, you deny them their dignity and humanity. Instead, listen attentively and validate their emotions, creating deeper trust and stronger connections. Using people as stepping stones to advance your own agenda creates bitterness and resentment. Stoicism encourages us to act for the greater good rather than self-interest. Epictetus said, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." When people feel used, they grow resentful. By fostering authentic relationships based on mutual respect and support, you will find success without causing harm to others. When you stifle the growth or potential of others, whether intentionally or out of fear of being overshadowed, it breeds quiet resentment. Stoicism teaches that we should encourage the development of others as their growth doesn't diminish our own. Marcus Aurelius noted, "What we do now echoes in eternity." Encourage others to reach their full potential, and they will appreciate your support rather than harboring feelings of resentment. People who resist change often frustrate those around them, as adaptability is key to growth and progress. Stoic philosophy teaches that change is inevitable, and how we respond to it shapes our experiences. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The universe is change, life is opinion." When you cling to outdated ideas or routines, you can create tension with those who are moving forward. By embracing change with an open mind and a flexible attitude, you will foster a sense of cooperation and mutual respect in your relationships. When you downplay or criticize others' achievements out of jealousy, it creates underlying resentment. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own path and progress without comparing ourselves to others. Epictetus said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." Instead of harboring jealousy, celebrate the success of others. Recognizing their achievements as an opportunity for inspiration rather than competition fosters goodwill and appreciation in your relationships. Acting superior or constantly belittling others can drive a wedge between you and those around you. Stoicism values humility and the understanding that we are all part of a shared human experience. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." When you put others down to elevate yourself, you create an environment of division and resentment. Treating everyone with dignity, regardless of their status, fosters a more harmonious and respectful atmosphere. Refusing to take responsibility for your actions and deflecting blame can cause others to lose trust in you. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-awareness and accountability. Epictetus said, "We are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." When you avoid responsibility, you weaken relationships, as people feel you cannot be relied upon. Owning up to your mistakes, learning from them, and making amends builds trust and respect. Failing to show gratitude when someone helps you can leave them feeling unappreciated and bitter. Stoicism teaches us to practice gratitude and to acknowledge the efforts of others. Seneca stated, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When people feel that their kindness or assistance has been taken for granted, it breeds resentment. By expressing your thanks and recognizing the value of others' support, you maintain strong and positive connections. Rudeness and disrespect can damage relationships permanently. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of treating everyone with kindness and respect, regardless of the situation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that." When you act with rudeness, it creates an atmosphere of negativity that others will avoid. By cultivating politeness, empathy, and respect in all interactions, you encourage a sense of peace and goodwill in your relationships. Constantly trying to prove others wrong can make them feel inferior and resentful. Stoicism values wisdom and understanding, not the need to be right. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Instead of focusing on proving others wrong, aim for understanding and cooperation. Respectful discussions, where different viewpoints are heard and valued, lead to stronger, more meaningful connections. Disrespecting personal boundaries, whether emotional, physical, or mental, can create deep resentment. Stoicism emphasizes respect for others' autonomy and space. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love.